Well, boys, it's a sad day.
Oh,
I lost by half a point. It's really all that matters.
yeah.
So did he.
Oh, no, I lost 0.8.
Oh, my
Yeah.
bad.
You and I.
Solidarity.
I won by 0.8.
It was good to see you guys. This is the end of the SureFire podcast.
Me and Coleman are taking over.
All right, guys, welcome. So this is what we're going to do here is we're doing a podcast. I know we did one last week. We're doing a podcast this week. We're doing a podcast.
We're doing a
podcast. That's what we're doing. I know we did one last week, but after this week, we're switching to an every other week format so that it stays fresh and exciting when we do it for us and for you guys. And, you know, we don't burn out by week 9 like we do every single season.
Holidays, man.
So we had a really, really fun week 1, depending on who you are. I don't think anybody really loved it. I think, right?
Kevin did.
Kevin, well, I don't know if he did.
He did knock him down. I think everyone sweated a little bit, but
Brad had the most enjoyable week.
he did. But his projection, if Breece Hall, I mean, we're getting ahead of ourselves, but if Breece Hall stuck with the pace he started with, that game actually would have been really interesting. So
I think we see the TV. You guys can't see the TV,
it's a
can
little
you?
blurry.
Dang, it's a photo of us.
Do we want to move it closer now?
Well, hold on. You guys run the podcast for a second.
But yeah, week 1 was pretty insane. Honestly, I think if it wasn't week 1, the 2 matchups that we had within a point might go down in history as like the most insane finishes. Also considering they were Monday Night Miracles with like
Garrett Wilson and
round
Kittle.
1, round 2 picks, top tight ends.
Worse. Oh, that's all right.
But I came out on the top end of it. Just a pretty quick recap. Let's see here. We had... Oh, no, I do not know how this works. We have Zach, Robin, Coleman, Brad, and
You can tell.
Kevin coming out on top, getting victories. 2 of the victories are obviously pretty close, and the others not so much, really.
Yes, sir. So, I mean, that is Heartbreak City for a couple of us. That's why I'm podded down a little bit.
It's week 1, though.
Well, I'm sad, so.
Yeah,
At least you scored a decent amount of points, so
Yeah, that's true.
that's a positive.
I didn't.
120.
I talked about everything that happened to me in the chat enough, so
Yeah,
I'm in a
Zeus.
bad place right now. But don't worry, guys. And you guys are all worried about me.
That's all
I think I'm gonna make it.
But obviously, the big story of week 1 was passing was down, scoring was down. New kickoffs are kind of exciting.
More exciting than I thought.
Yeah, you were pleasantly
loved it.
surprised. Yeah.
We loved it.
You loved it.
Yeah,
You
there was a
loved it
kickoff
lot.
return for a touchdown. Was the last time we saw that, and then there was one that was close.
Close.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
And then there was a lot of injuries and even some trades that ended up looking like
Brad said he can see it, so that's good.
Oh,
for
nice.
some
Hell yeah.
people.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
we
Brad.
did get Mike here, even though he's got a baby ready to go.
I'll
So
prioritize this over everything.
if he just randomly leaves, you'll know what happened. But yeah, actually, she's at the hospital right now.
I thought I'd come right after this. So.
Yeah.
No. But we had some crazy waivers this week, you know. We had Likely go for how much? 57?
57. I thought I was going to get him at 42, to be honest. I think I even overbid a little bit.
So here's
but
the
Logan told us all week that he was going to be bidding a lot on it.
all right. So here's the question on that one.
He's the waiver wire whisperer.
But is he
I
with
think-
likely at 57? I want this to be put out there. How do we truly feel about that?
What were the other bids on it? First
42 to Will, and then
off? You
nobody.
put 42 on it.
Yeah.
Other than that,
You
though,
were
it was
pretty
5.
You were pretty active at it.
There were only 3 bids on likely.
I think everyone thought he was going to go for a lot, so that's why I didn't even bid.
Sometimes that's the way it
That's
happens.
Puka range, right? Puka
Is
was
that
But
like
Puka
63,
dollar?
68.
But at the time, Puka, we weren't positive that Puka
Yeah.
was going to be.
But truly, are we positive on this?
No, but it's a tight end, so it's something that you definitely don't. If you either have the position or you don't have the
It's
position.
very encouraging, I will say, the week 1 for Likely, right? And, I mean, Andrews looks slow, you know. Probably
Who is Logan's tight end?
Ingram. So that was my question. Do we feel that he is someone you can confidently start over Ingram?
Well, he could also be somebody that he could have 2, and then he can have, because tight ends are always good trade tools if they work out.
Here's the thing. He took the shot on the tight end, and if it doesn't work out, he has one that he can replace, I guess.
Fall
So,
back on.
I mean,
Oh, he does have the stack too.
the little
He has
more
one more.
stack. So,
Yeah,
hey, you
the
got
stack-
stack
the
there.
tight
I mean,
end
I don't
stack
mind
value.
it. You know, you got to spend your money anyways. So,
Yeah.
might as well spend it. But,
It truly is the mystery.
I mean, I think that's kind of the going rate for Likely, honestly. I think he probably, 57 is probably
Okay.
most leagues went for.
Logan,
So-
you can't be struck down by Zeus if you never go outside.
So we feel that Logan did an overspend, but our next highest waiver was Mr. Mike for Los Angeles Chargers at 15, who got the chat going crazy. People talked about Isaiah Lakely money, and it went right to the Chargers.
Yeah, $15, man.
How many is that a per week basis?
Well, it's $8 a week. Now.
So, yeah, I think the reason that doesn't... with Zach bidding, I think Zach bid, what?
13.
It makes that harder to, like, criticize.
Yeah, thank you. I needed that.
Waivers on the right, the chats. It's
So-
hard to get to 'em.
Oh, there it is. I was looking all over for it.
Yeah, waivers are hard.
But do we? I guess to wrap up.
It had more bids than Isaiah Likely.
I guess to wrap up the likely conversation, do you think it was a justifiable amount? 57.
I think it just depends.
I
on
think
who
it
you
was
got.
too.
I
It
personally do
justifiable.
not.
was a little rich for me, but I wasn't in the likely sweeps.
I just don't think the tight end is where that money typically goes to, but I feel Baltimore.
But here's the thing. I don't think we've ever seen it. We've never seen like out of nowhere start of the season a tight end that could possibly be, because tight ends are, if a tight end is really good, like anywhere near what he was last week,
they're super valuable.
that is incredibly
That
valuable.
is true.
So if that ends up panning out, if it does stay that way, that's more valuable than if a starting running back goes down and you pick up their backup. That could become the most valuable thing ever.
Yeah, but yeah, $43 for the rest of the year. So that's what Logan does, though. That's kind of his trend. He
Yeah.
blows it all.
I think-
early, which is probably smart.
I think
but-
a lot of times that's the move. A lot of times it's not the move.
Well, there's two different sides. You have the one people that do that, and the other people that hold. So
Yeah.
it's
Hold!
wavering, yeah.
Hold the door.
But we'll see.
But obviously the Chargers are kind of expected. They're playing the Panthers. People
So-
don't agree, but I feel like you went out and got potentially the best defense this week.
I did find it. I know it's probably not that big a deal. Okay, so you see the name Austin Eckler that you dropped, and I was like, oh, I gotta pick him up. I can't believe he dropped him. But then I couldn't find anything.
That's my problem. I didn't know who to drop for it.
But it's a crazy name to drop. I mean, last year he was drafted like second overall.
I tried to trade.
This year after week 1, he's on the way.
He's out there for anyone
I
who
mean,
tried.
I didn't know who else.
He
to
didn't
drop.
do terrible. I mean,
It
he
was
played half the
all
snaps,
Garbage time.
and I didn't know that, but he led the team in receiving yards. I know,
Yeah, that's the headline there.
but
That's not saying.
Enjoy him somewhat.
he's gonna get picked up for sure. We know
oh
that.
yeah.
Blake Corum got dropped.
But I found this one shocking. So, Vele?
Yeah,
I don't even know this guy. He went like 8 for 8, but
played less than half the snaps.
I'm just not sure.
Well, I think Kevin is also in a situation where he really needs some wide receivers, especially
is
losing
that-
Puka and having the Reed.
Is
probably
that who
not.
you go for?
I don't think he's a wide receiver, is he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Oh, he must have been okay.
I don't. He apparently he's hurt too.
Oh, wow.
He
Hey, good
didn't
job. Good job, Kevin.
$9.
I don't know if Kevin knew that. That's 3 hours
Was there any
ago.
other
so-
bids on him?
No.
Nope.
And I was getting roasted in the chat for the Chargers.
So
It's just whenever a defense goes for that,
What?
when it's
Yeah.
not a crazy
So-
defense, that's when it's weird. But
Mr. 9. So, I mean,
I don't
Kevin's
think he got
seeing
roasted in the
something
chat. I
here.
think only one person. I think it was just Jordan that said something.
He got a few hearts on it or exclamations.
Yeah, that means they endorsed it.
Well, then you got the Colts defense, which is one of the worst defenses in the fucking National Football League.
Hey,
over
hey,
Who they
five
play?
days.
Packers.
Oh, with Willis. I see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good pickup this week.
This is
Yeah.
good pickup. There you go.
But you could have gone for free. But that's the way it always is. That's what makes Fab so
Idiot.
interesting.
It is. I really feel like an
You
idiot.
wasted
Honestly, I
money.
thought 13 was going to give me a win, but
Jerry Jeudy
I'm
gets
glad.
dropped.
I was thinking about bringing it down.
Yeah.
too.
Logan got
Brandon
Brandon
Cooks,
Cooks, who we
pick
talked
up.
about all Christmas Day. He was talking about it. I thought about it, but
Why
I didn't have the
wasn't that
spot
the
to tell.
guy Kevin went for?
I think I don't know.
I mean,
don't
he
think,
did attempt to.
I don't think you're
just
But he
expecting
went
much.
$9 on the other dude
Yeah.
and then $2 on him.
did. I'm sure
Maybe,
Dalton
he
was
knows
in
something.
there.
Maybe he knows something.
Kevin.
It is weird. I would
Kevin,
go
explain
there.
that to me.
But I think that's really the notable.
Chupa got dropped.
I dropped
For
Chuba.
Buck.
Marcus
Bucky.
Robinson. Here's who we should have gone for. Honestly, I
2
think
bones.
because he's going to take over the Puka
Logan
role,
put 7
and
towards him.
he did good right away. I mean, even
Yeah,
while-
that's a good pickup.
So that's a good one.
Then Jacksonville.
He got picked up.
Rahishi, I like that guy. He's a good boy.
Baker got picked up. Didn't he also?
That is a starter.
Baconator.
That's a starter for
Yep.
Brad, or not Brad, Kevin now.
Yankees.
Josh Downs got picked up. I don't know about Josh
Oh, he's
Downs.
at tennis? Damn.
It's too bad.
Usually he's a menace.
Well, that's the waivers. I will say, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like that was like the least fun week 1 waivers ever.
Yeah.
Like usually week 1, there's a lot more like big guys you're going for, and this week I felt
We
like
rostered a lot of the big ones, like
There
Jordan
weren't.
Mason.
Yeah,
J.J.
yeah,
Dobbins,
true.
Yeah, the way that people were talking, I think our league is decent enough.
I feel like usually there's a running back that right away everybody wants.
Well, that's good. You need to not bring that into talk because usually there's a reason why.
bring it in.
Well, I want that to happen. I still have Fab, so I'm down for that.
Oh, what did we miss? Downs. Oh, Downs
Downs
for
right there.
We
Zero
mentioned-
Bones.
We mentioned he's.
I
still
don't.
hurt.
I just
What
think
a steal!
I just think that Downs, if Richardson's completing 9 passes a game, and Pierce is always going to be your downfield guy, and
Donnie
Pittman's
Mitchell
always going to be
looked amazing.
and Pittman's always going to be your target guy, then Downs' role is almost non-existent for fantasy.
But he is a dink and dunk, and he's going to get the rack. So
I mean, I have no opinion.
And Cam Akers
To be honest.
there's only so much Colts you can own.
Cam
I think.
Akers got dropped. I mean,
I
I
it's
don't
like
think
Curtis
he came into
Samuel.
the game, did he?
Did
Cam
Curtis
Akers-
Samuel do well?
No, I mean I don't think any.
I think he did.
mean,
I think he did okay.
I really don't think anyone did too.
He got
great.
dropped, right?
I like
It
Coleman.
was,
Good
it was
move.
right where you were at.
I'm happy with
I
it.
don't
Good
know where
move.
we're at now.
He's going to be great. We don't have a slot guy right
He
now.
didn't do okay.
He did not do okay.
You know, he had
But nobody
I don't-
had catches.
No wonder he dropped in 27% of snaps. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I didn't expect that snap
wild.
percentage. That was
He's from
surprising.
Ohio State too. Oh shit!
That's probably why he's so bad.
But let's get to the core of the SureFire Fantasy League. What we're known for.
What is it?
We are traders at heart.
Yeah, I know.
We don't like the guy. Even people didn't even touch the. Actually, there was only
We're
one trade.
traders?
We are traders. Yeah.
Trade doors.
Is it Peyton or painting?
Get water down. I have the water.
Ugh.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Oh.
Mike's gonna leave us.
You get into it. I'll be back.
You're gonna miss. Actually, we need you here. We're all part of all of these.
No, I need water.
I don't know
Alright.
what to do now.
I don't know what to do with my hands. We did have one exciting trade that went down right before. Oh my gosh. I don't feel safe anymore. Why is that there? Is that his new home?
I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Mike!
Mike. All right, sorry. Go ahead.
We had Kevin and I make a trade right before. What is he saying?
I don't know. Just leave him alone.
Right
Kevin?
before the opening game.
Yeah.
I received Kittle and Cooks. Kevin received Laporta and Reed.
This trade has been all the fuck over the place because everyone said you won. I said he won. Then everyone flip-flopped. I said he won. And everybody else said he won. Then everyone said you won because freaking Love gets hurt.
Reed popped off,
Yeah,
and then
Reed-
Love got.
right, so Reed popped off.
Zach won this trade.
Now, yes, I agree.
No, before it.
No,
Yes.
not even close.
Yeah, because James Cook is going to be a dog.
I
And
think
Kittle,
you have
did Kittle
a thing for Cook.
outscore
They were the same.
Laporta? They're the same.
They're like six.
Would you rather have James Cook or Jaden Reed?
We're talking about 5 points. A tight end can have a bad game. He got 5.5 points. It's not like, wow, look at that. He traded for a tight end that got 5.
What was
That's not
interesting-
part of it.
I think
he could have
James
picked
Cook-
up any guy off the waiver.
He got
for
more
5.
value back, is what I'm saying, compared to what Kevin got.
What did Kevin
Kevin
got?
got
Kevin got
Laporta.
Reed.
But at the
Laporta?
time,
no,
but
he
then
didn't.
Reed popped off. So that's where
Yeah,
this trade is
Laporta-
very interesting.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Do you think that that Amon-Ra St. Brown is garbage now?
Mm-mm.
Okay, then your argument
That's not
against
what I'm
Laporta
saying.
has no
No,
bearing.
I know. Laporta better than Kittle. James Cook way better.
But what
than
he's saying
Jaden
is
Reed
the
is the equal.
The
Laporta
difference
way
between
better.
Kittle and Laporta is closer.
Laporta way better than Kittle.
Yes.
James Cook, I think, is slightly better than James.
James Cook
compared
is
to-
right now. James Cook is way better than Jordan Reed, but I
Yeah,
don't think it was before that trade, before the injury.
Well,
I don't think it was.
There was different weight to it before that game, but then it looked a lot better. Because he even had me questioning at that point. But I still like the idea of Cooks, although he gets...
And also, don't forget that a tight end is a much more valuable position because it's hard to have.
Well, I mean, with Kittle,
has
it's
the-
not like you're
and
not
that's
have
the
boom
number
weeks,
one.
You
But-
know, like
yeah, but
Like,
you
it's-
also can have injuries. But
Right.
also,
That's the risk.
but Kittle's bad games.
Laporta has injuries.
But Kittle's bad games
has
are
injury.
really bad, and Laporta doesn't have games that bad. That was a good week for this thing. That was a good week for Kittle.
No.
We were all like, I don't know if Zach's gonna win. Like nobody thought, oh, Zach's gonna win
yeah,
this game for
no
sure.
tight ends did well.
Yeah,
I know, but
likely.
Mhm.
I should have gone and got likely.
Ayuk wasn't warmed
I
up in
like
the
the idea
system
that
yet.
he
They
got-
didn't have McCaffrey to throw to either.
That's fair.
So I mean, that was
I just like that he got a borderline RB1 in the trade and then downgraded slightly at tight end. That's the way I look at it.
It always comes down to who values because
Because you got more value in the trade. Maybe
I-
not.
unfortunately we're not
going
going to be able to do a. We're not going to be able to until at least a lot later in the season. We're not going to be able to really see who's right on
Yeah.
this one because of
Well, in
Jordan Love.
my personal preference, it's hard to have that tight end of just Laporta there, and I didn't like who my flex 2 was. I felt a lot better when I put Cooks in my flex 2 and just seeing still a premium at Kittle. So, like, visually to me, it looks better in my lineup, but I completely agree
It really comes down to how you look at Cooks.
with both sides. It
Or
comes down to
I think James Cook is really good.
I don't. I think he's really good, but I don't look at him. I think he's tiny
High-end
and not
RB2,
going to be a
low-end
long-term
RB1.
option. But it just depends.
And to continue the fun conversation of crappy tight end play, we had a very silent, simple, Deering Sunday football
Oh yeah,
trade.
this is the easiest trade
Yeah.
Robin I've ever had.
Robin gives away disappointment Kincaid, and Mike gives away disappointment Andrews. Although,
Buckminster.
Yeah, it's literally it's two big names, and there's so little to talk about here.
Robin did have a stack, though. I don't know where you put the weight on any of that, but Andrews was drafted ahead of Kincaid.
I even sent him the pod though. I wish I would have taken
mean,
But I bet they
wanted
were drafted
Kincaid.
very similarly.
Two ends of the same round, I
Okay,
think,
yeah.
give or take, or a turn.
It just came down to which one the person liked more. They both were disappointing. The Andrews was scarier because you worry that maybe, maybe.
I think you can pull these up there too. By the way,
I know. I thought I could, but
if you go to recent activity, down just like in the thing, down like scroll and league, yep, up there, up to the right, view all recent activity,
I see.
and then you hit trades.
Sorry,
see.
chat.
There it is. Now they can see Kincaid for
Now they
Andrews.
know,
In case
yeah.
you weren't figuring that
They
out,
can't see it. They gotta have something on the screen.
I'm 6 to midnight about it.
I answered it.
Yeah, there's no point really talking
Kincaid.
about it.
I think at the
All the
time,
way, give me it all.
at the time, I was thinking Mike won the trade for sure. But I hear about the situation with Andrews. I think maybe the team kind of game plan to stop Andrews. Andrews did play 4% of snaps, whereas likely only played like 63%. So I think Andrews will still be good.
Oh yeah.
Just his ceiling maybe goes down a little bit. And then Kincaid didn't do as good as you expected at all. But Kincaid has a chance to be the one
The
in
one,
terms of like
yeah.
wide receivers.
Yeah, no, truly the one.
So that it's
We'll see.
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? Yeah, who knows?
I'm burnt up.
Then we have Brad and Jordan doing another very similar kind of style of trade, but Brad receives Pittman, Jordan receives Olave.
This is another one that's just so. I think of these two players as the same kind of in the same way, not the same kind of guy. I think of Olave as more of a guy who can get a long ball, whereas I don't see that with Pittman as much. But I do see them both as we're waiting to see something that we don't necessarily see. Although we saw it more with Pittman last year than with Olave.
I just don't know that we did, and I feel like Olave was just gave up kind of instantly. I'm not as big on
I think
Pittman.
people think Olave has done better in his career than he has.
I just feel like he's a safe kind of player, and the more he plays with Carr, the better it's going to get. But he played the Panthers, who aren't a great team, but I'm pretty sure they have pretty good cornerbacks. I feel like the game got out of hand anyways. I just feel like Brad wanted to trade and kind of sent it out there.
We're all trying to see it.
25-19.
25-19, and then Pittman
Pittman.
was... Where's Brad? He's right there. No,
Yeah.
Dr. Love.
Pittman... There. Pittman was 15 last year and 23 the year
So-
before, so better both years. They're the same. It's the same thing.
They're the same thing.
I lean Olave personally.
I think Pittman-
I have a thing for Olave.
I think Pittman is safer for
Pittman's
guaranteed
definitely
points, but
safer.
Olave has a higher ceiling.
I think
that's...
I think you
higher floor.
prove me wrong, but it's a limited number of games. I just don't know that AR's game fully complements Pittman
But I think Pittman is his only target for anything that's not a weird throw.
until Downs comes in.
I don't think that's the
And
case.
then we
Ask Coleman.
Downs- I don't know.
slot guy back.
Yeah.
We just paid Pittman, and Pittman was he led the team in targets by a lot.
But we
he
also
got
didn't
eight
have
targets. He got 8 targets. Richardson completed 9 passes.
Really?
Yeah, that's pretty.
So I mean, and we had the ball we had the least amount of time for possession and plays ran than any other team in football. That won't happen every week. So I don't know. It's apples to oranges.
I lean Olave, but I see why. Especially with Brad's construction, I kind of see the Pittman trade. Because he's got the big boom players. And maybe
I don't hate all Colts players. I like Pittman. I like Pittman
big
better
boom
than
players.
I like Pittman better than Olave by a lot. I almost traded. I'm still thinking about trading Pittman.
Don't put it out there.
AR had a bad game. Damn.
AR had a good game.
Well,
Oh.
I guess,
Fantasy.
yeah,
He also-
it depends how you break it down.
Hey, he also had a good game in real life.
Yeah.
He just also had a bad game in real life. Yeah.
But Brad continued the trend with trading, and honestly, kind of a wild trade for week one. It essentially was a 3-person trade, including my 2 podcast mates here. But in the long run, Brad received Jalen Hurts, and Mike received Burrow
I'm in the wrong
and
spot here.
Mostert.
I was like, wait, Brad
Oh.
traded to get Jaden Daniels for Hurts?
And will receive Dak and Ford. So he gave up a lot of real estate for Hurts.
Why don't I see it, Zach?
Well, it's all different trades, but yeah, you're right there. All 3 of those.
Yeah, Dak, Raheem Mostert, Joe Burrow.
Yeah, those 3.
Where's
right
mine?
there. The one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay.
So he essentially gave up an equivalent QB and Ford and Mostert to get Hurts. And
The Hurtinator.
how did Hurts look game 1?
I mean,
Good
he
enough.
got the stack with AJ Brown.
That's why he wanted it. And Hurts should have had a lot more points. I mean, it's not one of the turnovers definitely wasn't his fault, but considering he didn't look that good in the game, if you take away all his turnovers, he gets 22 points. That's kind of crazy.
Safe. Very safe.
Yeah, he's a safe play.
I
Just
worry about
Saquon hurt him,
Saquon,
though.
His
yeah.
upside may be a little capped now
Yeah.
with Saquon.
but there's no question.
Kelsey gone.
There's no
Kelsey
question
gone.
that it's an upgrade in QB from
Oh, yeah.
what he had before and what he traded to get. Which
Definitely.
he traded to get Prescott because I told him
Essentially,
he was interested in Hurts, and I said I would do it if he could get Prescott. Which
Because
so
you
he
wanted
went
your
with that.
stack.
I wanted my stack,
Okay.
and I also wanted to complete my because I had Chubb, so I wanted to complete that by getting Ford.
I don't even think he was starting Ford. So
No, I feel that he traded his depth, but I'm afraid now that when we go look at his team now,
not
it's
Z.
going to look a lot more interesting.
But he does have Hurts instead of Burrow, which
Is an increase,
I mean, I don't
for
know
sure.
why
But he
Burrow
did
was
get Dak
great.
in the situation at one point, which is... I don't know. Why isn't it funny that I view Dak higher than Burrow, but Burrow goes multiple rounds ahead of Dak?
I think it's.
I
don't
think,
know.
I think people just like Burrow. People think Burrow's cool.
I think they'll be
Dak
good later
is
on.
better than Burrow. He always is in fantasy.
Yeah, Burrow's a later on guy.
Yeah, that's true.
Or just decent.
But that's it. That ends trades. 5 or 4? No, 5.
5, technically.
And
Live trade.
I'm guessing the rest of the league, like myself, or in trade talks or thinking about making trades all week long. It's very fun. Even if you don't get one done, it's fun just to talk
That's
about
just
trades.
part of it.
Possibly
It
get a
seems
trade
more
done.
active this year.
I think everyone
Yeah,
knows.
last year
Yeah.
felt a little dead for a
Yeah,
little
I think
bit.
it's because of the roster constructions and everything. And it
And-
didn't help your team going down like 3 players right away. Like you were kind of out of trade talks
Last
right
year.
away,
Yeah.
and we thought like that lost the team kind of thing. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which Kevin is trying to do the injury trading. He's in a unique predicament, but hopefully he gets some good news.
Hey, he's
But
got to send
Puka-
some better trades.
No,
I know he's not here,
Puka
but
didn't get good
God
news.
damn,
Puka
he's got
didn't
to
get
send
good
some better
news.
trades.
Yeah. No bueno.
Let's do these rankings. That's what everyone's here to see, right? Everyone wants to know
all
where they're ranked.
Anyone cares about
We got Dalton first. Oh, no.
first.
Oh, yeah. We're talking about him first.
Yeah.
Oh, and look. It's Dalton. Whoa, how'd you do that?
Oh, can you make us full screen
You want me to make us full screen?
and so they can see him?
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
Oh.
There he is.
See, there's
There's
Dolph's
our
beautiful
Dolph.
face. Look how happy he is.
If you guys,
Yeah, look how
hey,
happy
10
he
points if you guys know what that's from. Because if you guys watch this podcast, you should know. Anyways,
But coming in at 10th, honestly, we talked in depth. We're going to try to do the flip flop. We always feel we talk about the bottom tier teams too much versus the top tier. So we'll try to run through this pretty quick. But Dalton stay the same. So
Why does everybody hate Dalt's team? I don't understand.
I think people are just not forgetting the draft and the double tight end thing, which I guess our league doesn't like.
I like Ken Walker. Derrick Henry. You
Ken
can
Walker hurt already
Yeah, that is kind
He
of
is
crazy.
hurt.
and gets hurt
Does he have
all the
Charbonnet?
time. I think Walker will always be hurt.
He's
I think he's
so
like Waddle.
electric, though.
I know that's
He's
why he's
so
always
fun
hurt.
to
It's
watch.
like he
Those are the
runs
players that
too
are
hard
good.
and fast
Yeah.
that he can't not get
hurts
hurt.
him own
He's
self.
got Brian Robinson. I like that piece. He's got James Williams. That was a good
Yeah,
late
that's
steal.
looking good. He's
He
questionable. Why is he
probably
questionable?
has the best value pick.
He's got Xavier.
He had
Worthy.
two really good. Yeah, you have Worthy and
Apparently Williams.
He's got some depth on this team. McBride, Amari Cooper.
I like Keon Coleman. I think he looks good.
He's got a lot of depth.
Oh, Xavier Worthy. He's not starting Xavier Worthy this week?
No, Keon Coleman. Come on, man. Keon Coleman's good.
Huh? Interesting.
yeah. It's always the interesting thing is his choices of who to start because he did start Dobbs last week. He did draft McBride. And
Wow,
apparently
he is starting Keon Coleman over Amari Cooper?
Amari Cooper looks like ass.
I don't care. He barely didn't get a touchdown.
Yeah, but he won.
Thursday night, you want to watch your guy right off the bat.
Yeah, maybe that's the reason, because that is crazy.
Not every reason to watch a game.
Click his stats.
I think what hurt Dalt though
You're
is
still starting Amari Cooper.
he started off hot. Looked like he was going to dominate Thursday night, and it kind of went silent in the third quarter. And then Kevin just absolutely dominated in points at this point. So I just don't think it allowed Dalt to move up in any way. Coming in at number 9.
That was well put.
Oh,
That was well put.
thank you.
I can't believe this guy's at 9.
Look at him just
I
take
don't
it.
understand. Why is he at 9?
I need to get a separate scene so I don't
Yeah.
have to do this every time.
We got Jordan at 9.
Bondo,
There he is.
the Throbbler.
That was my
Look
first
at
ever apartment when we were living together. I think, Mike, you're the one brushing his teeth there.
I am, bro.
that.
I don't know why we're doing that. That's
Bros.
J Money.
So
I can't speak to why he's at 9.
Was Jordan 9 last week?
Yes, this one still remains the
So we're
same.
still staying the same.
If someone in the chat, can you explain to me why he's at 9? Like, did you guys rank him 9?
I did not rank him
I did
9.
not rank him 9 either.
I mean,
I'm not crazy high on him, but I didn't rank him
I'm
9.
high on him.
His
Okay.
team looks a little different. He made one trade. He has Olave. He did lose a tight end.
He lost
Does
Njoku.
he have a backup? No, he does not. There you go,
His
Dalt.
quarterback.
Like, just show me, like, why is he... He has a lot of depth.
Zamir White was supposed to be better than he is looking. Metcalf, I'm very worried about.
Oh.
He's never good. He's never ever good. People think he's cool.
Here we go.
Look at his stats.
All right, I'll click his fucking stats.
You're
You wanna
making
see
it
this?
personal.
He finished 16th last year.
That's not good. Like, that's
He has
good.
high standards.
It's not great.
Where was he
And
drafted?
then 11 and then 6.
11
bro.
is 2001.
And then 6.
Or 11.
2001.
And he's been a...
That was 2020.
Yeah, but he's still 26. He's young.
He's been a
Look,
wide
if I were to
receiver
show you
two
the-
or higher every year.
I know, but if I show you his game log, it doesn't look that good. Why
And
is it
he's
showing me-
technically his flex. I mean, you could
there
interchange
you
him with Olave, but we're talking. It's not his wide receiver 1. This is exactly what you
He got it
expect
because
out of a
he
player.
got a 30-point game.
But
Other than that, it's
Everyone
he's
has
just-
games like that.
I
That's
know.
how
I
wide
know.
receivers
I just
work.
And then he's got
He's a
Debo.
bum.
I love Debo. I like Chris Olave.
Connor's boring.
I
but
know.
Connor's good.
He
He's
falls into
solid.
the end zone.
And then he's got Etienne and Kyle. Like, why do people not like this team?
He didn't perform.
It's got a
He's
lot.
got
It's
Tyler,
a
too?
lot of
Whoa.
scary stuff. It's a
Tyler's
lot of
just wide open
scary stuff.
guys.
He's got Jaden Daniels,
That's
who he
what
could
I
start
said.
over Kyler.
I don't think this has to do with his team. I
I
think
like-
it has to do with the depth of the league at this point in time.
I like Brian Thomas. That's exciting. He's got him.
You know what it is? It's
Zamir
just my
White was
kind
not
of
as
team.
good as he should
That
have
is
been.
a team I would draft.
Uh,
That's what it is.
But I think it shows
he
his
lost his tight end, has none right now.
his trade approach because he has a lot of those midder players that we've kind of talked about.
I think this is
Etienne?
crazy, but I think Tank Bisbee has a chance of
I don't-
becoming a split backfield with Etienne.
Potentially.
It definitely
He
is
looked
more
better when he was
interesting.
out there. He didn't fumble the ball in the end zone.
Yeah.
He's also younger. Doesn't have the knee injury.
Kyron did look like he solidified the role. Like they had no interest in putting Corbin out there, but
Could have been because they were playing a good team and they were down, and they wanted to make sure they had their veteran out
yeah.
there.
But there are issues with the ankle, they say. But I don't think it has to do with his team. I think it just has to do with performance and the rest of the league at this team.
And no superstars.
no Debo. is what he says.
I don't think he's a superstar. He's
Coming
a
in-
star.
In at number 8.
Star.
Half a star.
It's Logan.
You gotta put the screen up.
Oh, sorry.
It's the Logan train. That's him taking a fat dip.
Oh my god, he
Yeah,
looks
got
like
big
a.
ol' wad in.
Oh my god.
See, Logan even agreed. The 9 spot is criminal.
He looks
I
like a
agree.
TV actor, a kid actor. I can't think of who it is. It's a good one, Logan. Looking good.
You got a fat lip in.
Yeah, he does.
That's that gas station by Playroom.
Yeah, it
I
is,
can tell
yeah.
which one it is.
The old days.
There he is, our number 8 guy.
And yeah, 8.
Now we're waiting on his team
That guy at
to.
8 should be at 10. You're not high on his team, Logan?
He's saying that?
You don't like his team.
Dang.
Oh my! I didn't realize he did this. He named him Abraham,
disciple.
John the Baptist.
I didn't know he did that either. Joseph Noah. Oh, he stopped though. He ran out of Bible characters.
Michael's one.
Yep, Michael is one.
He got the 12 disciples.
You need Judas. The guy you like the least, you need to name him Judas.
That's
he's waiting. That's what he's just waiting for his players. You know,
but
Hall,
I still feel the scary thing when I look at his team is the running back situation.
Zach Moss.
I feel like I liked his team better last week than I do this.
Like, not to be mean, Logan, but when I look at your team, I would much rather have Jordan's team.
But he agrees.
Yeah, I know.
So you're not hurting his feelings.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just surprised by the ranking.
I think the difference is his team has Lamar Jackson and Breece Hall, and Jordan's team does not.
And Chase.
I will say,
and Jamar Chase.
So these are the two teams that traded.
Yeah, Breece Hall and looks great. Devontae Smith, I love. Drake London.
Yeah, you're right. These are the two teams that traded.
Yeah.
They're the opposites of each other.
They are. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the high talent people without any depth, right?
But he just happens to have some injuries and then the lack of depth. So
Zach Moss looked good. This is super weird because I've always hated the guy and he did bad. I actually think Drake London might actually start slowly getting a lot better.
I like Drake
what?
London.
That just happened.
I think I've heard enough podcasts and stuff this week that everyone's talking about how they think he's gonna, and I think they've tricked my mind.
They
and
sound like you were anti even more.
I know. I've always hated him, but I have a weird feeling that he's about to be good.
I mean, we didn't watch that game, but the little bit we saw, Kirk looked really bad. But
well, just wait till Penix gets in there.
Is that what they're saying?
Drake London all day long.
Is that what they're saying?
Everyone's calling for it.
Oh my gosh, that's too quick.
Hey, that's an IU boy right there.
What'll flip his team is just Chase getting back to being Chase.
And
that's what it'll be.
And this is what Chase and the Bengals do every year to start the season.
They're slow.
Breece Hall played like the best defense in football. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be really
Hall,
good.
Should have been one. Honestly, went one in drafts.
At this rate,
potentially, yeah.
But he did slow down. Honestly, maybe Cooper Kupp should have been one draft.
Or Tyreek Hill, but
time will tell.
But yeah, I mean, I think we said it last week. He's a later on team. It's developing. It's coming. So,
but I will say,
likely it's a good pickup. I mean,
the interesting thing is he was our big faller. He went down 3 positions, so people were higher on him.
He had the worst week. And he lost and had the worst week. I think he's last in the standings. So
I don't think anyone felt any positivity there. So he was our big faller for the week.
At number 7.
What really quick, I will say.
Oh, sorry.
Wright, is it James Wright? Is that his name?
Yeah,
Jalen Wright.
Jalen.
He could be big because
J-Dub.
He's a rookie. He might get. I know they're talking about Wilson, but if he slowly starts getting to work. Mostert's already ruled out, and Achane might not play tomorrow.
Decision, yeah.
So that could be a big.
Yeah, that could pay off right away, which would be unreal.
Which drafted him, right?
Completely solves the running back issue that we were just talking about, but that's definitely an interesting backfield. Number 7,
look at
Coleman.
That beautiful face.
Look at that beautiful face.
Staying in the same position.
What that tongue do?
Narrowly squeaking by a win just by the size of his tongue.
It is a very beautiful photo. I mean, I feel like I'm being sucked in.
A little background on this photo. We were at Brothers, and he spilled a beer on me, and that's this photo.
As he was spilling the beer?
He was spilling it.
I got a fucking huge beer stain on my chest.
Oh,
and he got his tongue out.
Well, it is what it is.
But yeah, that's Brothers.
That's Brothers, yep.
So what do you think of Coleman's team?
Well, the Justin Jefferson over Amon-Ra look good so far.
I mean, yeah, but I still heavily in Amon-Ra's camp.
I mean,
heavily.
I will say Sam Darnold looked better, so I just feel like, I think all of us were a little shocked by the pick. Obviously, Justin Jefferson is Justin Jefferson, but...
In Zeus We Trust is his fucker's name.
It is good to see Coleman get a little bit of luck. He hasn't been very lucky.
Well,
Especially
neither
week
have
one.
I, so it didn't
You
matter.
you won a championship.
I didn't win off of luck. I was 2-6.
You won it off a little bit of
I
luck.
was 2-6 going into that season.
So was I.
Exactly.
And JJ scored 1 point in the champion. Like
We both had to battle our way back.
But he's talking about there was luck.
There was
He's always
luck.
saying
There
not
was-
If he would have won, it would have been luck to get to win it.
That's fine, but I'm just saying,
Potential.
all I'm saying is Coleman hasn't had that luck.
I'm just
And
saying,
it's
week
good to
1 of the
see him
season, Coleman and I lose no matter what.
get-
That's
No,
like a
but it's
guarantee.
good to see him.
Right,
get
so
a
you
little
guys
bit of
you
luck.
guys matching up is the perfect situation. One of you can be happy and the other one can continue.
Logan,
down.
you are in the photo too.
Yes.
Somehow I'm ranked higher than him, though. In Zeus, we trust.
I will say I didn't. So that's the confusing part of rankings. I don't know how it works sometimes.
In week one, it's hard to really take too much into account with the.
But I still think it's still what you expect
Top
out of a
6
team,
teams get in.
because we just talked about luck
That's true. That is true.
as well. Fantasy is luck, so maybe we felt that something happened in the right way for obviously something happened in the right
Honestly,
way.
Yeah, you should have won.
He should have won.
Toe tap.
Do
Yeah,
you hate Brad's team, Zach?
Brad's.
Yeah.
What does that have to do
I don't
with?
know. He says you hate his team.
Yeah, beef and hard.
There's some beef going
Where's
on.
the beef?
Because
Brad,
we're
I
facing
swear to
off?
God, if you were here and you heard what he said before the podcast started,
Yeah.
you would literally.
I can't
you
say
would
what I
fight
say
this man.
on the line.
Heads would roll.
Heads would roll.
But to dig into Coleman's team, Jameer Gibbs. I
Solid.
didn't watch any of the games.
Full
so I can't-
split.
That's the one game I never watch. Every week I never watch Sunday
I
night
usually
because
don't-
I'm so cooked.
Yeah, I usually don't watch the 4 o'clock, and I watch the Sunday night.
If I
I
don't
didn't
watch
have
the
anyone
4
in the
o'clock, I
game.
do. But I'm so cooked by the time Sunday night comes along that I never watch those
But
games.
from what I hear, is he split carries with David Montgomery, but was still electric.
But he got all the passing work.
Exactly.
They pretty much were the
got
exact
a
same.
fucking touchdown
Points,
from that.
everything, exact same.
So I mean, I think Jameer Gibbs, with all that being said, is going to be a solid pick for him. I
Yeah.
think that's going to turn out well.
Zay Flowers was looking phenomenal.
Yep, a lot of
Obviously,
volume.
likely
Ramondre.
came in.
Ramondre.
He's still not starting Ramondre.
Yeah, so I was just wondering.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of hard for him to do it. Well, no. He should be starting over Najee, right?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to give him any shit for that one.
I guess, yeah.
All right, so I didn't pay much attention to
He did lose his tight end.
waivers, but he potentially lost his tight end. He's actually a lot healthier than he realized. But
Is he?
why Colby Parkinson?
I thought he was like really.
He
out.
100% said he felt at a 10 and thought he tore his ACL, but it might be a bruise.
Oh,
Like a
wow.
bone
Well, Colby
bruise.
Parkinson's, just in case, he spent $1 on him.
I mean, but just in case, I think
Oh, he did
I
okay.
think Ferguson's going to be out. But is that who was the
Hey.
best person out there?
You know what? Well, he did good and
yeah.
played a lot of snaps. And
Puka.
I am now just realizing this. Coleman always picks up Rams tight ends. Even though
It's
they never are good.
Higbee.
He always the Higbee
You
guy.
got to name him Higbee.
This is his Higbee.
Oh, he
Remember
does
that year
pick
when he would
Higbee. Like he
pick
spent
up-
money.
and drop him?
we calculated it. He spent like
Um,
$22 on Higbee.
Nico Collins.
he did like and spent money again. Oh my goodness.
But I think Nico Collins, I think he is going to be the true one there, as he says in his little caption. Zay Flowers, I already said the volume's going to be there. JJ,
Yeah.
he's not going to be wide receiver 1, but he'll be,
A wide
back
receiver
end.
1?
He'll be the back end wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
Not the wide receiver 1, but back end wide receiver 1. Najee, that's tough.
He has Najee and Ramondre. They're
That's a tough
interchangeable.
start each week. I
Yeah.
don't know which one I would pick, honestly. But,
I don't know about you
it's
guys.
good to have that problem.
When I do the podcast and look at teams, I see them. Even
Yeah,
though I'm
every
not
time.
I don't rank based off record or gut feeling. I do always go look at teams.
Yeah.
But when I see podcasts, there's always at least 1 or 2 teams that I think differently of during the podcast. Like maybe I see it in a different light with you guys around. But I think maybe I ranked Coleman a little. I didn't rank him crazy low, but I like his team more than I realized I like his team. Because I do agree with you.
Yeah.
Flowers and Jefferson, I think actually are going to be really good. Collins is going to be good. Adams is going to. His wide receivers are really solid.
Very good.
Gibbs is good.
Yeah.
His tight end
I
situation
think you
is
should be
great.
encouraged in getting a week
Got a
one
week
win.
one win as
scored,
well.
like, how many points he scored?
It's not like it was a crazy
it was
low
the,
amount.
It was the poo-poo bowl of the league, but it was like 100 on the dot or 90.
It's like 95. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not like 95. Is not like.
Still,
terrible.
if you score below 100 and get a win,
it's always
that's a good sign for a
Yeah.
year.
Yep.
Honestly.
Yeah.
All right.
Coming in at number 6.
Godspeed.
Godspeed.
Good luck to this man.
Who's this? Uh-oh.
Oh, that's the photo you chose.
Taylor
Yeah,
Gang.
Taylor Gang or Die.
Can't even see me. You just see
Again.
neck,
Yeah.
neck
Look
and
at
Justin
that flow you
Bieber
used
hair.
to have.
I did. I had a flow. I should bring that back.
You should. Oh my goodness.
That was Jordan's 16th birthday.
Really?
Look at us all
Yep.
reminiscing
It was
here.
really sad.
It
His
is cool to
family
reminisce
were just
a
like,
little
"Here's a
bit.
balloon," and that was it.
How do you feel about your team, Will?
I really like my team, and I feel like they're gonna.
So you made a big trade,
I made the trade to get Prescott
You got the
and
stack.
Ford.
and you're starting Ford now.
Right, because Chubb I was waiting on. Now I have Ford.
Oh, that's
I
'cause
feel like I don't have. I think my tight end's my only real weak spot, which also that's what I'm kind of waiting on. I don't think he's that bad of a tight end,
No, he's fine.
and I think I
You
might have
lost your
lucked out.
stack.
I feel like I have my flex situation is always going to be. Well, I had a better stack because I have CD.
I know.
But I feel like my flex situation will always be good enough. Like I got Keenan Allen, Swift, and Elliott all on the bench
Yep.
to throw in to my, which is good and bad at the same time because
Yeah.
every week it's going to be a thought process on who to start.
But your
This
team,
year, my goal is not to try to trade just to have a starting lineup because I always do that and then it bites me in the ass.
But your team looks much better now with Ford. I mean,
agree.
obviously Swift and the Bears will probably figure some things out, but I feel putting Ford in that position right now.
Yeah, you're all around just solid, honestly. You got the upside with Lamb and Garrett Wilson.
It's the wide receivers. My team's kind of built around these two guys. My
which
first
I
two
think is
picks.
good. Those
Yeah.
are two good guys to build around.
See, I view your team very comparable to Coleman's. Obviously, you guys just matched up, but I think seeing CD Lamb on your team just adds that little bit of extra to it.
Yeah, I do like
And then
CD.
obviously Garrett Wilson is pretty solid as well.
I'm just excited for the touchdown passes to Lamb where I get 10 points instead of
That'll be
6.
fun.
That'll be
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
Jacobs
I,
might take
you know,
it
I've
down.
never had a stack other than like sad ones like the one I have with Goddard.
Sad ones.
Yeah, Goddard and Hurts, but I've never had a stack. This will be my first time ever doing it.
Jacobs
Is-
will probably hurt for a little bit.
I'm gonna say he's probably used to it though. I mean, the Raiders were pretty bad back in the day. He's probably used to a stack box, but he has to go down a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Who?
Jacobs.
Jacobs.
Yeah, no, I agree. But well, I think it goes down in terms of his efficiency.
Volume
but I
goes
don't. But
up.
I think his volume goes up, so I think it probably keeps him balanced.
He might get more receiving work too.
And Philly's a
because-
really good defense, and he still, even though he started off bad that game, he still managed. Towards the end, he was running so well. He still managed to get 11.4 points with 0.
He honestly was probably
was
one of the
so
worst
sneaky.
percentages that are
Now-
premieres at the beginning.
Now
That
he gets to
was-
play the Colts, whose run defense looked terrible. Although, like you said, they probably will sell out to
They
stop him.
have to. Yeah.
So,
It's
who knows?
Roll Tide.
He's selling Garrett Wilson on the cheap. The man let him down.
I'm not selling
come
Garrett
get
Wilson.
him.
I am selling Stephon Diggs.
I want Diggs.
I am selling Diggs.
I'll hit you up.
Coming in at number 5, this is our big riser going up 3 positions, Mr.
Wait.
Caterpillar.
Our bricked up player of the week.
Bricked up?
Oh, that's a good one. I think I took that
that
photo.
brick-
Or no, you took
Bricked
that.
up player of the week.
We all know when
He's
this
on the
happens.
rise.
He's on the ride. Ah, Doo-doo.
So it's interesting because you can say, yeah, he's our biggest riser, and he is. But also, he was by far the best player last week.
But
And
also,
he's only fifth.
Backstory
He-
about this photo.
has he has a lot of injuries. Let's reminisce.
Backstory about this photo. We are at
This photo,
we're at a hockey game.
We could talk about this
And
like
he-
this whole.
and he's blacked out drunk, obviously, and he puked all over himself. And Will got a pizza thrown at him.
Yeah, he puked all. He literally puked all over himself, and then would slept the entire hockey game. And we all took pictures with him.
it was great.
I found
Fun
him come
time.
on his team.
Good times.
He's got Laporta, I forgot.
He does have Laporta.
Achan, Bijan, Rashad. Okay, so Laporta, Achan, and Bijan, great.
Achan is hurt right now.
I think he's gonna play though.
I think he's gonna get hurt all year long, though.
I think that's just what happens to that type
I think
of
that's what
player.
happens to him. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But when he plays, he's good.
Rashad White's getting scary.
Yep.
Definitely
He did good.
more. He's more of a receiving back
Yep,
now.
He's got the stack though with Baker.
That's a nasty stack. It really
Pickens is good.
Probably-
Reed not so much anymore. And okay, so looking at his starting lineup, it still does look pretty good. Not
It's
incredible,
good.
but pretty good. But his bench looks really fucking bad.
It's crazy to start.
I mean, he did pick up for a cheap $9. This guy, Vele.
Never heard of him.
That's a steal.
So he's lost Puka for at least 4, potentially more. Adunze obviously wasn't anyone he planned to start, but he's also dealing with an injury.
At least a couple of weeks for.
He lost Love, but I feel like Baker and Love are fairly interchangeable in terms of
I
fantasy.
feel like Kevin usually has depth, and he doesn't have the depth, especially with injuries.
He's working on it. He's working on trades.
He's working
That's what
hard.
trying to do. He offered me a banger. 2 injured bad players for Garrett Wilson. It was really good.
You're on the low on him. But Reed is not injured, but does Reed go down?
Yeah.
Or does Reed, because he's the kind of speedy guy?
He's the only receiver for Green Bay that still is startable because they're going to force him to get the ball. But he does go down. There's no question he goes down.
They all have to.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if I'd start him.
But that's the only one you would start, I feel.
I would start.
But
who would you start over?
Out of them.
Honestly,
Bowers?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, he looks good for a tight end, but he's a rookie.
I would probably start Bowers over him. Yeah.
That's still bad. You don't want to have to do
I don't know if I feel confident with either one.
I would be starting.
Have you seen Malik Willis play?
It's pretty bad.
I would definitely be starting Vic.
But I feel like, though, Reed is going to get a handoff or a screen that's going to go for about the amount of yards you expect Bowers to get.
With Willis being the quarterback, they're going to actually probably try to force that to happen more. So I think it's potentially... He could be as good as he always is.
If A-Chain doesn't play, man, he is fucked.
If A-Chain doesn't play, he's putting Vele in there. Or whatever his name is.
No, he's hurt too, apparently.
Oh, yeah. He's also... Look at all the questionable...
All right, but there are some positives, too.
Well, he went for 140 or 130, but how is he ranked here? Like, I feel like typically when someone deals with what he's doing with...
Because he just had
down.
By far the best week.
Yeah, so, the most points.
We just have this always conversation of what are rankings, so...
Well, it also depends on the people. Everybody does it differently. Some people are like quickly, because we have to, sometimes we got to send it a couple times, and they get it to us really quickly. They see last week what somebody did. They can just put a name in. And no offense, but I think that probably happened for Kevin's team. He probably got some blessed rankings.
Yeah.
But he deserves that because of how good of a week he had, and he is currently first place in the standings.
But this is where it gets interesting because this is where you start comparing those teams where, like, Mike's defending a Jordan. You have you and Coleman who went against each other. It's where really when you compare them, it's where it gets interesting. But obviously, he is the number one consensus ranking right now.
I mean, I won't hide it. I put him pretty freaking low in my rank.
Where'd you say?
Pretty freaking low.
About the same as you. So if you want to say where that is, you can.
I put you high, Kevin. I'm the one that saved you.
I think you were also with.
Hey, that's insider information.
All right. But he also got some really high ranks.
It just sucks he lost Puka, honestly. That's a hard.
The news is not getting any better, so
it's tough.
And Vele. He might lose Vele.
That Caterpillar. That Caterpillar, man.
Coming in at number 4. Put the picture on the screen.
You want a backstory on this one? We're at EDC Orlando, and you don't see him in the photo, but our Uber driver, Pele.
No,
Pedro.
Is he wearing a hat?
Or
is it a bandana? That's after the festival.
Okay, good.
And we had a guy.
Hat brand.
Pedro didn't speak a lick of English, and we were having to talk to him via phone
with thousands of people.
Yeah, with thousands of people trying to get back, and we had no clue who this dude was. But this is a photo of us taking a photo with that guy.
We paid him as our original Uber driver to be our chauffeur for the weekend.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's pretty great. He didn't speak any English.
It was hilarious.
Through Google Translate.
And we are all on some things going crazy. It was really fun.
A lot of heroin that weekend.
A lot of fun. So, Mr. Robbins' team had to deal with the CMC Madden curse, the known information on Friday that Mason was going to start.
Dude.
But he had Mason. I think their game could have been
him
close
this week, so it couldn't have been a better week for me. I think McCaffrey's going to be out. I mean, it sucks that he has Mason.
But I saw some stat that Mason faced the most. What do they call it? 8 people in the box or whatever. He faced it the most, and he.
I don't think Mason gets that amount of good work that he got that. He could still be really good, but he's not as good as he won't be as good as McCaffrey would have been.
That's fair. That's fair.
But with that being said, so he had that issue, but then he also got the blessing of Cup. Now looks like he might be a fucking beast. So he kind of negated that.
It really does switch.
If not being better.
It's such an interesting team because he has the high people Cup and then I guess Jordan Mason / CMC.
Where did I rank him? I hope I ranked him really high.
This is I'm looking at his team now, and
he has the high people. And then,
you're right.
People.
Because
some of it looks really good.
Because it was Javonte Williams, so it's another one of those where I'm
looking. Did he drop him?
No, he still has him.
Oh, okay.
That's who that was before Smith, and it's just interesting seeing the team because now I'm in the conversation of.
Isaiah Likely's nickname just got updated to
David.
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 it's another one of those that when I see a low flex 2 like that, I just don't feel as confident in the team compared to some of the teams we just saw before.
I think that is what can be scary about it. I will say I think DJ Moore is about to be insane. Yeah, I think he's gonna be, especially with the Dunze going out. I think he's gonna, and Keenan is dealing with.
I
an
agree.
injury.
You know, when your quarterback throws for 97 yards,
that can't go anywhere but up.
You're gonna get 50
can't
out
go
of it.
anywhere but up.
I know.
And he did okay with him throwing 97
I'm
yards.
just kidding.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm with
It's
you.
so
Know,
encouraging.
he's gonna go up for sure.
But he has QB1 proven. Josh Allen puts his team on his back.
It's crazy how critical that is.
Yeah.
I always.
You're right.
that.
His team is just
Montgomery looks
such
like
high highs and such low lows.
It's so hard to judge it, honestly. Like he's one of them guys. Like if he had a cup go down or something, it'd be hard to bounce back.
I think,
But he has McCaffrey down. Although Mason won't be in there.
who's actually gonna,
Yeah.
it's serviceable. Like,
Yeah.
you're fine. You're
Yeah.
not gonna lose because of it.
I think my only concern with Cup is Stafford at this point.
God, I love Cup.
I'm a big fan, but Stafford just does not seem like he is gonna stay upright.
He's going to force you the ball to Cup. I
Yeah,
can tell you that. Well, he is. As long as he's stating that he's throwing that ball to Cooper Cup.
Montgomery's gonna be serviceable too, though.
No,
Like,
Montgomery was a value pick
yeah,
for him.
it's
He's
gonna be
better.
good.
I think they want to keep that
It's
style of
gonna be a
play.
legit 50-50.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be good. Neighbors,
He might be like a CMC where you can almost count on him scoring.
maybe.
Montgomery.
Yeah.
I didn't see much of the Giants. Wasn't really shown on the
No, they never showed
red
it.
zone, but they had the
Never
ugly
saw it.
jerseys too.
Never. I knew that Neighbors was having an okay game, but never even saw him catch a pass on red
No.
zone because they were so bad.
Yards
I like
per target, yards per catch for 13. So
He was good, and I mean that's a good sign for his first ever game to be that good
Yeah.
while the team was that bad. So.
compared to other
Such an
rookies,
interesting team.
Well, the
I
Giants
like it, though.
usually get better as the season goes.
projected to lose. We'll get to that though. But all right, let's get going to number 3.
Nice. All right, a little background on this guy.
Let me tell you a story.
Let me tell you-
Whoa, look at that
whitewash. That's a
shiner.
whitewash.
Let me tell you, yeah.
Uh,
This is my confirmation from the Catholic faith, and that's just $1 million smile.
That's when he officially became granted access to heaven right there.
What a glow up.
and
What a glow!
I will say he was just saying his eyes are starting to get bad, but wouldn't have known back then. His eyes were bad. I had no idea.
I used to play basketball and I take my glasses off.
And then you
like
couldn't
this.
see.
Oh,
Oh.
So yeah, that means our number 3 team is Mike. Last week
Was number 2, so we went down 1.
which means just a precursor. Last week's 1 and 2 are still 1 and 2.
No,
no.
I was
That is
3.
not what that
Oh, you
means.
used Mike was 2.
Yeah, that's what we just said. The top 3 remain the same.
Top 3
though.
remain the same.
Actually, the top 4
Top
remain the
4
same.
remain the same in terms of their top 4, but
Yeah.
maybe different. Well, we know different order because
Yes.
Mike.
All right, Mike's team is.
Hate it because of T. Higgins. Get that fucker
But dude-
off the team.
J.K. Dobbins.
I'm excited.
Holy
I'm
cow.
excited.
Very interesting.
Your team is similar to Robin's.
Oh, but he has Higgins on the bench. He has Higgins on the bench.
I don't love
Nice.
Higgins.
No, well, you're saying Dobbins, though.
I don't
But you
love
take
Dobbins.
Dobbins. You
I don't
take.
love Kirk. I
you-
used to, but I don't anymore.
I'll bring you back around.
I think that
I'm a little surprised
Gabe
Frank
Davis is just as good as Kirk for that team right now, maybe. And then I think that their rookie might become the
Maybe.
new one.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about the Gabe
But
Davis.
but
I
the
agree
difference,
with the
okay, it's
rookie.
not the same as Robin's though, because your bench is actually solid in terms of like that situation. Like you don't have the same star power on starters quite. I don't think you do, but
I mean, Saquon got the bump of the draft, but I don't think it quite matches the Cup.
Saquon
bump.
might be the most. He might be. If we were to redraft right now, he might go 1.
No.
I think he might go 1.
No.
Who would you take 1?
This is a good question. Who would you?
I still think I would believe in Brees.
I would take Barkley over Brees currently for me right now.
But
Personally.
are you believe that what just happened is going
I
to
believe that team is
sustain?
better, and I believe that I saw him catch a really good pass, which means they're going to work him in the offense. And I didn't see any kind of backup role. I just believe in.
But you're saying
that
still
team.
also one overall.
I believe-
mean,
yeah.
I did put a running back as.
I believe.
circumstance.
Now,
Well, you own
maybe not one
CD.
overall, but I would put him as the number 1 running back for sure.
Okay. that I can understand a little more. I think still battling with some wide receivers would be an interesting, but obviously we went running back heavy at the start, so
He's definitely a steal. I mean, you got him in the first round. He's still a steal, so that's
got
impressive.
him technically
I got him
in the second
Well,
round.
yeah, on the turn or
Yeah.
right at the turn. Yeah.
The double.
I
Yeah.
should have went Saquon Garrett Wilson. That's what I should have done.
The Garrett Wilson love is
I
perplexing.
love Garrett Wilson. I'm in love.
I'm in love with Garrett.
You might
I
have
kind
one
of like
JT.
Garrett Wilson.
I like JT. It's just
So Mike's
he's kind of boring.
weak point is quarterback. He's going to be probably streaming all year or streaming to a degree.
But he was already at the bottom tier with Dak. So
right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It was always going to be that way.
Honestly, though, I just feel his team is better because J.K. Dobbins could be legit for a couple weeks. Hopefully
Until
for
T. Higgins comes back.
He got the sneak. I mean, Evans every year is drafted too late, and
Yeah.
he's the one who
he
drafted.
almost
too late
won
this
a
time.
game. Almost won the game for it.
He
Or
almost
the
won.
matchup.
Dude.
Yeah,
I know.
that garbage, Mr. Garbage.
But
time.
still, I mean, we got a guy who's 0-1, and he's ranked third. That's pretty impressive.
I'm kind of surprised.
But he was the third highest scoring team.
That is true.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
can never let go of that. So,
Yeah.
all right, coming in at number 2 with the picture.
Who is 2?
Dr. Love.
Dr. Love.
Look at him, just loving it.
Where's that at? That's at Bryce Vine.
That is Bryce Vine.
Yeah, because he got sunflower seeds on. Hey, quick sidebar on Bryce Vine. Worst concert I've ever been to.
Really?
He was the
Worst
most
concert.
hyped concert.
I love his music. I don't listen to him anymore after that
It ruined
concert.
it.
It was that bad.
Ruined it.
I don't even know what it is, to be honest.
You know,
you
40 ounces in a pack of ranch sunflower seeds.
You know his songs, but
I don't know that one. Is he
40
country?
ounces.
no, he's like a rap.
You don't know
hip-hop.
Bryce Vine? Okay.
Yeah.
He's pretty good.
I don't listen to
He
much
hurt
music
me.
these
Yeah.
days. So Brad, last week, number 1, plummet
Yeah.
a whole spot.
Yeah, he plummeted hard.
Plummeted hard. His team is different though. A lot stronger at quarterback, but I know his issue is now going to be when
Brad's
he
never
gets
seen
to
that picture.
when he gets to his bench. But starting lineup wise,
Starting lineup wise is
I-
fucking goated.
I think every single one of his players, other than the number 1 player he drafted, played better than maybe expected. Well, maybe Ayuk. Well, then Olave was low, but he traded him. So, but I think everyone performed, including Pitts.
It's a tale of two cities. Is that right? It's 2 different stories with his team. You
Tail
got
two
his.
tails.
It's something. No, not tale of 2 tails.
It's a tale of 2 books.
It's 2 tails. Brad's getting tail.
It's the dragon.
Um,
I don't get it.
Brad's
Where you
okay.
going with
What
it?
I'm saying is Brad's starting lineup looks incredible, and Brad's bench looks bad.
Oh, it's the
tale of
story-
two-
It's a tale of
It's a
2
tale of 2
halves.
cities. I'm pretty sure
Tale
that's
of
the
2
way.
halves.
It's
It's a Jack and Jill.
Let's talk about this. All right,
That's the
it's a
thing.
tale of. Let's figure this out. No, Brad's starting lineup looks so fucking good, and Brad's bench looks pretty
Abysmal.
bad. But the starting lineup looks so good. So
Well, hey,
it's-
we're kind of glossing over Lockett a little bit. Lockett's not bad. He's serviceable.
Right, but when DK does what you want him to,
Right. And then
Lockett goes down.
Well, Lockett's there too.
okay.
Yeah, Lockett.
What about Smith? What about the?
I don't believe in Jay.
What about the flex 2 for Robin's team?
I don't like Jay.
Oh.
there's teams with worse benches, but I think the reason he probably went down to 2 is because his bench, his depth isn't as good as.
You know what it is? People just really like that trade Zach had. That's what it is. That's what it all comes down to.
I will say Brad's team was projected to be pretty nasty, and even though everyone did prove themselves, he didn't pop off on the score wise. But when you get a win,
Everyone didn't prove
You
themselves.
know-
Olave and Amon-Ra St. Brown shit the fucking
Yeah.
bed.
right?
How
But
much
you
did he score? 120?
no,
Like 115
Like-
or 110.
He had 150 with Amara getting like 2 points.
And Olave getting like 2 points.
That's a good team.
you take that.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
mean,
good team. Now
He made up for that with Kamara and Jones getting way more
But
than
he
expected.
actually only got 103.
Okay.
But
103?
Yeah.
So he
it
did
was
not
low.
do that good.
Holy shit! You.
I
you
Oh,
are
and
low.
Ayuk. Yeah, so he also had Ayuk. So he had 3. His 3 wide receivers are also 3 of his 4 wide receivers are supposed to be really good. All stunk, but you know he didn't draft running backs till super late, and those running backs were great.
Yeah.
So
Who does Brad play this week?
Whoever
well, we're gonna talk about that.
whoever the next team
He's
is.
got
maybe.
really tough. Kamara plays Dallas, and Aaron Jones plays the Niners. All right, I know we're getting ahead of ourselves. Sorry.
Yeah.
But
Coming in
coming
at number one.
Basically, what we're saying is we like Brad's team and Brad.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm still debating Pittman for Diggs. I'm still debating. So don't give up on me on that one yet. I'm still thinking about
Give out insider information.
Well,
the last team remaining, Mike's favorite picture of all time.
this is one of my favorite pictures. It's a good one.
Hey,
I remember I was
on
on my way to your house, and Mike was like, "Dude, Zach is dead," and he sent me that picture. Oh, you were at my house, and I was on my way home, and he sent that picture because that's when he was living with me. You have one eye that you're like propping open so that
I was locked in
so that you can stay awake, but the other eye won't stay.
A little backstory on this guy. He was making tennis bets and losing thousands of dollars, and then cashed out. Was it that day? I think that's what I remember.
It's one of many days. Who knows? But,
So number one is Zach. Zach is the guy who beat the other co-host of the podcast, Mike, by a solid 5 with the Kittle game.
No, it was 0.8.
I beat him, with 6,
5.8.
5.8. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he got with 5 points for Kittle. Yeah.
Marvin Harrison.
God help me.
I won with a 0.9.
But your big story was Mixon, just out of nowhere, incredible.
Yeah.
Like, didn't look like he was always good with the Bengals, but he was good off of volume and not efficiency, and he had volume and efficiency.
I don't know if he was still efficient, though, because Mike was telling me every play what was going to happen, and it was to the script.
Yeah, but that was him. But his yards per carry, he was efficient. 5.3 yards a carry.
If the Bengals would have gave him the fucking ball, he would have been doing this for years.
He's always had volume.
Not the efficiency, I guess is what I'm saying.
Right.
He's always been solid. And I feel like that's the craziest part about Joe Mixon. He's always been solid.
I just saw those low-digit numbers when you scroll down.
He's always frustrating because
Mike's a big believer.
There was one year that he finished.
There might be a JT Mixon trade.
Was it 2 years ago? It was like I think it was this year where he finished running back three, but that was the year he had like a 52-point game.
Yeah, that was last
year. All the
year,
other games kind of stunk. No, it wasn't. Definitely wasn't last year. Maybe it was that
year. He's been an RB1 every year pretty much.
Yeah.
Except the year he was hurt. 11.
No, he is.
Dang, dude.
I think the fear was that there was too much on the offense to go around. And that could still be the case. It looks like the Colts run defense might be really...
I think it's going to be game script as well.
No, it's good that there's so much talent around because they're going to get close to the goal line and he's just going to punch it in. Yeah. That's the same logic with the Niners. That's why CMC took an uptick. That's why Saquon's taking an uptick.
Pacheco.
If you're on an elite offense, you want pieces of it. Pacheco is a great example of that too. So...
but my team does look different.
It's crazy, yeah.
Kittle, lost Laporta.
Marvin Harrison and Kittle are your biggest concerns at the moment.
You know, very few teams have a super crazy bench.
Yeah,
your bench is pretty bad.
Glad McConkey's good, but Jalen.
Your starting lineup is a little bit better than Brad's, I think, in my mind, but just a little bit, and your bench is pretty similar.
It's going to hinge on Kittle and Marvin Harrison, is how your future is going to go. That's how.
Kittle will always. You know your game with Kittle. I mean, that's kind of his game. 6 points.
And then 30.
He could have 2 points, and he's going to have weeks where he gets either.
Playoffs is what I hear. So
he's hurt me.
People usually trade Kittle multiple times.
Kittle is probably the most traded guy in the
league.
Kittle is always traded. I think everyone's had a share of Kittle at some point.
Kittle, Chase is traded a lot.
Chase does. Yeah, who are our most traders?
I mean, it was Odell one time.
Odell used to get traded a lot. There's certain people that get traded.
Mike Williams sometimes. Yeah. He's always hurt.
I mean, there's just not much to say. I mean, you're just solid. It's just Marvin Harrison is a concern.
Yeah.
At the moment.
We're gonna find out. He was wide open.
I still believe, but
it was mind blowing how what happened with Marvin Harrison.
I'm a believer in Harrison, but
whatever it was that happened, mind blowing.
Look at that $1 million smile.
He looked just like his dad. If he didn't have hair, he would look exactly like his dad.
I think that's why he went for the hair.
It's always so tough. What do you just say about these teams are good?
Can't believe he's 6'4".
It's hard at when we get to the end of these rankings.
Oh yeah,
you just say, oh, they're good.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Well, you also
how can you bolster them anymore?
You want to spend more time on the lower teams.
Yeah,
your props are being a higher team. You're being a higher team.
Yeah.
All right, week 2 matchups.
Get to these matchups.
Out here. I might have a baby coming.
Mike might have a baby coming.
No,
who we got here? Will versus Robin.
Okay, yeah, here we go.
the league.
My projection went down.
Oh yeah, what's the league?
The league voted 100% on Will.
No kidding.
So CMC maybe?
Isn't that weird?
CMC though?
I don't know if I love that.
Wow.
I think people
100% on Will.
must have seen the CMC thing and just decided it or something.
That's crazy. I like that though.
Because I didn't get ranked very
Does that
highly
make you
by
nervous?
people.
But-
It makes me feel jinxy.
But we did just talk about his team. He has JSN going in at the
Logan
flex
was 5
too.
for 5 on matchups last week. Holy
Yeah,
shit!
he was.
Oh, we didn't do the tabulation on who won matchups last week. Was it them or us?
Oh yeah, I'll have to go back
I think
and
they
do that.
did. When Logan get 5 for 5, that's the
Solid. Yeah.
let's just go matchup by matchup. I'd rather have Allen. I think everyone said that.
Yeah.
Jacobs or Mason? I'm actually gonna go Mason. There.
I'm just gonna say the push. Like I have to
I-
see both of them again.
I mean, we've already seen Mason, and he's playing a worse defense.
I very slightly lean Mason.
Dave Montgomery Ford. I probably go Montgomery.
I go Ford.
I go Montgomery.
You know, Ford was still good last week. I
Oh,
mean,
I-
he got more points than Montgomery.
I'm gonna go Ford. I think
Did he?
Yeah, and he's the actual
What
lone
was
back.
Montgomery?
it was a garbage time tutty, but it was
I mean, they have the same amount of points, but you're talking about 490. So the same amount
How
of
about
points, but
push?
Ford
We'll go
gets.
push.
I'm gonna
It's
lean
not-
towards Ford because
It's
of the
Ford.
matchup.
It is Ford.
Well, you can't do that.
That one is Ford. You're talking about a great run defense. That is just crazy to say it.
I'm gonna
But
go
he-
push.
he can
He's
have
playing
his
Tampa
opinion.
Bay.
You're talking about but he's the number. No matter what you want to think, I agree. He's a steal.
It's
He's the number 2
17
back on the team.
17-10.
He's the number 2 back on the team.
I'm gonna say push. I'm not gonna let you bully me into.
Yeah, I mean, you can't change his opinion just because you're high. I mean, the Browns looked terrible.
I know, and Ford still, and that was against an amazing defense.
You're right.
And Ford still
I
that.
came down on push. It's push.
Okay.
You talked him down.
CD Lamb easily.
All right.
Well, no, he's
hold on.
first cup.
Yeah, CD.
First cup.
I still think you gotta.
I
I'm gonna
would.
go CD
You
there.
gotta go CD still. Ooh, oh yeah, Lattimore.
I would push it.
Lattimore might be out, but Arizona doesn't.
I think CD versus cup is a push to me, right now.
Let me talk you into why CD is going to be good.
I agree. CD's good. I just think I have a feeling cup is incredible.
Yeah, I
Good
mean,
pick,
I'm fine.
But
with
Neighbors
it,
versus Wilson is Wilson.
Garrett Wilson.
Is
yeah.
Wilson, Andrews.
Yeah, that one just doesn't matter. I feel like.
I still have to go with it.
But yeah, it's definitely.
Andrews.
But it's less significant. Diggs
gonna
versus Moore is more.
I'm gonna go
I'm gonna go Diggs.
push.
I'm going
but
Diggs.
I don't want to give it to Diggs because he was touchdown to. They're playing each other.
They got 6 receptions, but here's my one thing about Diggs and the reason I haven't done the trade with Brad, and I don't think I will.
What's your trade again, Pittman?
Yeah, it's. I think Diggs might be the touchdown guy. I don't think he's gonna be the long yardage guy, but I think he might be the guy they rely on to throw.
They
the
give
ball
him the
in red
short throws. They give him the screens. They give
So-
him the easy. So
But because Adunze's out, I would put that for more. But I don't know. But yeah. Then you got Pollard versus
Pollard.
Jackson Smith and Jigba, and it's Pollard.
so
I still haven't decided if I'm to go in Pollard or
are the
Keenan.
Jets defense good?
We don't know.
There's no way to tell, right?
We don't know.
Okay.
They look bad, but that was a good team.
I'm gonna pick Will.
Am I the lone guy?
I'm going to the league on this one. I'm going with Will.
Yeah. Ooh, gosh, yeah. Yeah, I got Will.
I'm sure one of you guys can make it different. We'll pick him.
Who you got?
I got Robin.
Okay.
I got me.
Next.
But I'm definitely losing that one though.
Next matchup:
We got an under 100 projection here for Jordan. Probably one of the reasons people don't like his.
Jordan and Coleman, 50-50 split.
You want to do
50-50 split on this one for the league.
50 split.
50-50 split.
I lean Kyler here.
And I picked you this week, Will. So no, everyone picks me. I know, Logan. That's a problem. Everyone ranked me worse than Rob, and
he's
everyone picked
saying
me to win.
he's perfect.
He is perfect right now.
I am Jinx King. Zeus. Look at Zeus. I am King of Jinx.
Maybe you just need to put your phone on D&D for a little
Probably. I should just leave the league.
bit.
I should just not be friends
All
with
right,
you.
so we're saying
I'm going Kyler in this between CJ and Kyler.
I'm going Stroud. Oh, well.
why is Stroud projected so? Because he
Push.
doesn't really
Push.
run.
Push.
Push for you?
Push. There's no
But he does get
discernible
that.
difference. Neither of them are like, I'm guaranteed, there are like, they could pop off for 30 easily. The difference is Kyler can run,
Yeah, that's the
but Stroud can throw
That's
better.
the-
That's
so-
why I lean Kyler, but I get it.
I just don't know if Chicago's got defense. I'm gonna give Stroud.
Gibbs here.
Yeah.
So you just love both because you love ETN, but you think Montgomery is
He's
really
also
good
going
too.
against Cleveland.
Yeah, and they can sustain both running backs apparently.
Yeah.
Is what I'm understanding. And ETN,
I'm
you even said Tank.
I
Bigsby
agree.
could be
He could, but I think Bigsby's going to become the the Gibbs. But I like Gibbs better than Montgomery. But push. Kyron easily.
Easy.
JJ.
Wait, make sure we have this ordered right.
Yeah, his is pretty all the same.
Yeah. Okay.
They're all both.
So JJ. Yep. Flowers. Yep.
Olave.
Definitely Flowers.
Definitely Olave.
Really?
Ooh, Dallas though.
Okay. Well, then flip flop it. Say it's Olave versus Jefferson and Flowers. Oh no, it wouldn't be.
No, it'd be Olave versus Adams
Oh, okay. Yeah. There's also Adams.
or Nico.
See, this is a problem when you do it player by player.
I know it's just a good win.
I know.
All right, let's just make this one simple. You got Jefferson, Flowers, Collins, and Adams versus Debo, Olave, Metcalf, and Connor.
Coleman for me.
I think when you put all four up,
Did you say this one was a 50-50 split?
yeah, I can see why. They both don't have tight ends.
I'm
And
going Jordan
Everything else is pretty much a
because
push.
he's got to pick up a tight end.
He has
He
to
does
pick
have
up a
to pick up
tight
a
end,
tight end.
so that's the sub
That's why he doesn't have the
100.
points there.
So it's actually going to be pretty close because he's probably only getting 6
That
points.
projection means nothing to me though.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah, projections are garbage.
I have to believe DK
He
proves
can't. The
himself.
tight end he's gonna pick up is not gonna be projected anything. I mean, it's not
5.
available.
Yeah, it's going to be like a tie projection.
But I look at Adams, Collins, Flowers, and Jefferson compared to Debo, Olave, Metcalf, and Connor, and I think that it's so much better for Coleman, personally. Like, those are all stars for Coleman. And there's kind of fringe guys for
It's going to
Jordan.
be very close.
I mean, I've kind of talked a lot about how much I like Jordan's team.
I'm going to go with Jordan on this one. He also might be sneaky and might decide to throw in Daniels, too.
I am surprised he hasn't yet.
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe he's waiting. I don't know.
Yeah, we could see something. I mean, it's not that that's like that helps, but it could be interesting. So,
Logan.
next matchup is so 60% on Logan.
I'm surprised this one wasn't 100%.
Lamar. Right.
Well, Logan says his team should be bottom.
I guess, yeah.
And
People
then
didn't
Kevin
like
put him,
Logan's team.
or everyone ranked
why
him
he
in
says
the
it
middle.
should be on bottom.
Guys, let's do it
Man's
again.
the bottom guy. That's what I've heard.
Quarterback
Told me multiple times.
quarterback matchup is Logan. Easily.
Yep, Logan.
Okay, running back matchup.
Brees.
Brees Hall, Bijan Robinson.
Brees.
Bijan.
Really?
Not even close.
Not even close.
Swear to God, it's not even close. Bijan did so good while looking like he did nothing. Like, the team was terrible. He looked like he wasn't that
But
good.
can you say the same thing about Brees?
No.
I mean, they didn't look good.
But they okay, yeah, I guess Brees did, but they
Yeah.
give him points too. Bijan.
They both did it with no
Yeah,
touch.
I think you're doing that
He
like-
did have a
Bijan's the only weapon there, and Brees Hall isn't the only weapon there. Ish.
Oh, now I thought you just talked about Drake.
I just love Bijan. Okay.
There's actually more weapons in Atlanta.
I'm gonna go with the obvious answer.
No, there's not.
this
Garrett
is
Wilson.
a push.
Yeah, but Drake, London, and
Not a
Kyle
weapon.
Pitts.
Not a weapon.
You just talked high about Drake London
Yeah,
again.
not compared to not compared
I
to
agree, I agree.
Wilson.
I agree.
Drake London, Garrett Wilson.
But
Right,
which
but now you're-
offense-
Aaron Rodgers,
which
Kirk
offense,
Cousins.
Which offense is better?
I feel like you just named off all very similar players.
Which offense is better?
Well, we don't know yet because the Jets have never had a good offense.
Got him.
If we're talking about in the last 2 years, as bad as they've been better than the Jets.
All right.
But what I'm saying is,
So is Philadelphia
quarterback-wise, they actually have a quarterback, so maybe they can pass. And
We're good. This is a push.
Yeah.
Move on.
Breeze.
White over Moss.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chase.
Chase. Well, wait. It'd be
Yeah, it has to. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he has age. This is going to be a sloppy one.
London.
London versus Pickens is Pickens.
We think likely.
Pickens is really good.
Likely over Laporta.
Laporta.
Yeah, definitely Laporta.
Achan.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Normally, I would say yes, but I think he's going to be limited if he plays. Because he's game time decision.
True.
And
Cooks versus Reed. Those are both bad.
I'm gonna go Cook.
I'm
then.
going to have to go with Cooks.
I would have to go Reed. I don't have much faith in Cooks.
Now, the interesting thing is
Who can they put on their bench?
Logan
possibly?
has right. So if A-Chain goes down,
that
Kevin's
flip-flop.
team is destroyed,
Yeah.
and Logan just got a way better increase than Cooks.
I'm taking
I'm taking Logan.
I'm taking Logan too, but but Robinson over Brees Hall.
Yeah, I got Logan.
I'm surprised the league wasn't more on Logan's side than that.
Recency bias, like you said. No.
We got Mikey versus Dalt.
83% on Mike
83% on Mike
for the bounce back.
for the bounce back.
Repeat.
I appreciate you guys.
It wasn't us.
I was talking to you.
Yeah. Oh, it's Patty Mahomes.
2-0, what are you talking about? No. Mahomes.
Push. Here's what I think. We should be pushing more often, I think, on some of these. Like that, there's no way to say for sure, even my Brees Hall, Bijan one, there's no way to say for sure that either one of those guys is a win.
But you can have the opinion for sure.
Right, I know. But like,
are they going to use Henry?
What you got to find is
more, though. I find this one interesting because of how Henry was used.
Probably is
I think what you got to find is the ones that you truly believe will be.
Green Bay let up the most yards.
So
I got Taylor.
I think he's probably pushed them.
Walker, I would choose Taylor, but it's push enough. It's close enough to me. That is
Walker over Dobbins.
Yeah.
Yep.
Injury pending.
Evans over Coleman.
Yep.
Right?
Evans and Waddle.
Kincaid, right?
So it's
hear me out, Kincaid.
It's not that far off, but it's Kelsey. But it's not.
You still got to go with the history because Kincaid wasn't great.
I mean, this game is going to be a slaughter.
But
don't say that.
I'm sorry.
But
this is the first time I've ever seen one where every single matchup, in my opinion, you win, or die.
Oh my god! Well,
no, Patrick Mahomes.
What? Oh yeah, except for a quarterback. You're right. You're right. Which, hey, he has that stack. If that stack works out, then that fucks Mike.
I will say projection.
That's true.
Projection-wise, it is just the defense difference.
Yeah, it is.
It's the 3 points. It's the $15 defense.
Jameson Williams is getting projected high. Like, all of a sudden, everyone is up. I'm not saying it.
That's a guarantee. He's either getting 0 or that's a guarantee, is how I view it. So,
I might.
Can I ask a question? Would you start Higgins, Ridley, or Kirk?
Over. Oh, I see. You have Kirk in.
I would start Ridley, probably, unless Higgins is a full go at practice soon.
Ridley plays the Jets. So.
Yeah, Kirk is the last I would start, to be honest.
I'm starting Kirk right now.
I have a bad
Kirk.
feeling. Kirk, I loved him until just last week, and now I don't love him.
That's so funny.
I think that maybe it's that team's moving on.
Now here,
I appreciate that. I need help.
Dalt still scored decently, and his team. Why is he not starting certain players though?
It was this last year. His start-sit decisions, I actually respect it so hard. Like, he doesn't even look at projections or like what people are saying. He just picks the guys to start and does it. And I love that because I would be dying if I had these people on the bench. And
wasn't he excited because Hollywood wasn't playing or isn't practicing, and that he's not starting Worthy?
He's not starting Worthy or Cooper.
Cooper, you got to see, but obviously that helps projection-wise. But I feel like Worthy...
But over Jameson Williams, I know he had a good week last week, but Worthy also didn't. And what if Williams is just the same guy he always is? It's kind of scary. And Amari Cooper is always good. He had one bad week.
Maybe he did this at 2:45 in the morning. It was his fifth time late.
Godwin. I would definitely be starting him over Godwin.
Who?
I'd probably... Cooper over Godwin.
No. I don't know.
No, I think Godwin's the one that's solidified.
Yeah.
It's Coleman is who you're talking about.
Godwin just had a good game.
Yeah.
They played a terrible team.
Oh.
If you say Washington's good, you're bad at fantasy football.
All I'm saying is Godwin is not who we need to be talking about here. It's Coleman is the number one, and then Williams is the
Keon Coleman,
number two.
obviously. It's obvious.
I mean, Godwin is solidified in his lineup. So.
But I would be starting Cooper over all three of those guys, and Worthy over at least Keon Coleman.
I mean,
what? I don't understand. You guys might be. I didn't realize you guys were feeling this way. All of a sudden, you guys are down on Cooper this hard. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Look how good he's always been.
I'm with Dalt though. I would bench him honestly.
And he's the Cooper guy.
I like Cooper.
He wanted Cooper.
Yeah, and I would be benching.
He got 9 targets. They played an amazing defense.
Just because you get 9 targets, the ball went right here, and he was down there.
He had Trayvon Diggs shading him the entire game, played an amazing defense where the game script was always tough.
What I would do?
Got 9 targets.
I would start McBride, is what I would do. In all honesty, and I'm playing him, so I hate to say it, but I would bench Coleman and start McBride.
McBride did only get 5. Tight ends were low. I don't feel as confident on that. It's worthy for me.
I think we all have different opinions on who we should start, but the one thing we are all in agreement on is Keon Coleman
should not be started. That is fair.
Dalt, that's for free. Bench Keon Coleman and put somebody else in.
He's got a lot of depth, actually.
He does. He has a lot more depth than we realize.
He has a lot of depth.
Well, I think that's why later on when we got to the top
insane.
rankings, we were like, these guys don't have depth because some of these lower teams have some crazy.
Oh, he's in the chat. We need to be paying attention.
Oh, Dalt's in the chat.
That's.
Oh, he tuned in at a perfect time. Oh,
Yeah.
Kevin, you missed it. We talked so much good stuff about your team, bud.
Yeah, enjoy that during work.
I want to see if Amari Deshaun before I put him back in. I agree.
I don't agree. I think that Amari Cooper was literally about an inch away from having a game where he scored 14 points if he caught that pass.
Yeah. Well, he did.
And if he does catch that pass, I know it was close and it didn't happen, but if it did, then nobody would be saying a thing about Amari Cooper, and he's always been good. It's just I don't know where everyone says
it's
he's
just
not.
scary this first week, and he has options where he can pivot. He's starting. He is starting worthy.
Let's just remember he played an amazing defense, and Keon Coleman played the Cardinals, which is considered like the worst defense of them.
I don't hate the Coleman start, but I would.
I believe this is the team that Dalt's going to roll out.
Damn it, Dalt! You are infuriating, but also very interesting.
What did he say?
Nothing. It's just talking about his team is so
we didn't get locked
fun.
on this. I'm going to pick Dalt, though.
He's a fun team.
He's a fun team to
I'm
talk
going to pick Dalt.
I
I don't know, the Walker.
I am not picking Dalt unless he changes some shit. But even then, I think I'd still pick Mike's team.
I demand it.
But there's no way I'm picking Dalt with Keon Coleman starting. I do believe Keon Coleman has a lot of potential, but you got to see it still with Keon Coleman. I know that people say he had a good game, but he didn't do that good. He got like, what, 7?
Yeah.
It's not like he did good.
We might have another fun one here. Probably considered matchup of the week. Number 1, number 2, 50-50 split. Myself and Brad.
Oh, we still have a matchup.
Yeah, we got locked in on
This is a 50-50 split, huh?
50-50 split on the league.
This is the rank 1 and 2
Rank
team.
1 and 2.
Okay.
It's all love all the time, buddy.
Yeah, Dalt, you were ranked, I think, 3rd.
For this matchup, wow.
This is going to be fun.
I talked about this earlier.
Quarterback-wise, that's a push.
Yeah, I think so.
Even though Hurts is better quarterback for football, for fantasy, I think Hurts might be getting worse at running, and Richardson is gonna.
I think it's a push. I think it's fair to say push.
I think it's fair to say push.
I want to give Hurts like the bounce back.
I want to. If it's one of those ones. If you force me to pick, I would pick Hurts.
Yeah.
But I would choose push.
Here's where it gets interesting for me is I think Kamara and Jones have dud weeks.
Let's do it.
They do have defense.
Let's do the 2 running backs versus each other. So yeah, Kamara and Jones versus Pacheco and Cook. And
I take Pacheco and Cook.
Me too.
Yeah.
And it's only because of the defenses, but I take my side.
Okay.
Or no, are the running backs on their flexes? No, neither of them have. Oh no,
Yes.
but Zach has Mixon. So it would actually be Mixon. Oh, so no matter what, Zach has the running back
Just
situation.
leave it how it is.
Wide receivers. Ooh.
Would you take Amon-Ra or Tyreek Hill?
That is tough. Well, I would take Tyreek, but I would take Brown by a landslide over Marvin.
Harrison?
So I think it's Brad. I think when you take the two together with what's happening.
Then Brad has Pittman and Ayuk versus Rice. Here's the thing. Mixon should be your... Ugh, man.
Woo.
It's because Cook plays Thursday.
Tight ends are very similar.
you could put-
Flexes are very similar.
This is tick for tack all the way.
I'm gonna go not Brad. I'm gonna go Zach based off matchups, and I think the difference is gonna be Rashee Rice and Joe Mixon over Pittman and Ayuk.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Zach for the reason that we talked about at the beginning. For Brad's 2 running backs, me still being afraid of them not being as good as they showed in week 1. I think they'll still be good, but he got them at the budget, I think, for a reason, and I think your running backs are better by a hair. But I will say Marvin Harrison does kind of have to show something.
Please. Yeah. Well, I mean, he was doing this, so hopefully Kyler Murray can.
You know what?
He's switching. He's switching.
I actually do like Pitts a little bit better than Kittle.
Whoa! You were just talking mad smack about the Falcons' weapons.
Yeah, they don't have any weapons. But he's not that great. But Kittle has 3 other weapons to share with. Now this week he doesn't have his. He doesn't. There's not McCaffrey, but
I don't always see that as a downfall.
I do when it comes to it. It is a downfall for Kittle. It always has been. I mean, he just disappears, and that's not because he's bad. It's just because there's other weapons.
I mean, there's game scripts where that happens, but I agree with Mike that sometimes eyes on a better player makes you more open.
More versatility. Should we wrap? We got a couple more people in here. Do we want to swipe through the rankings again real quick with the picks?
Yeah. Okay. We'll go through.
Our number one.
I'm picking. I'm picking Brad.
You got Brad? Who got? Zach?
Myself.
All right. So yeah.
So our number one team this week.
Just to go over our rankings one more time before we close it out.
We got Zach at 1, Brad at 2, myself at 3.
Dude, that is just like insane on the TV. You're so bright.
Number 4, Robino. Number 5, Blacked Out Kev. Get in there. Number 6,
Taylor Gang.
Taylor Gang or Die Will. Number 7, Tongue Coleman. Bah. And number 8, we got the Dip Master himself, Lil Gang.
Back before the Zins.
And at number 9, we have the Toothbrush Master, Jordan. And at number 10, we have Dolphin.
In fact, that's literally in the part of the podcast where he's explaining to you how he says dolphin. It's Dolphin. All right, boys.
Dolphin.
Look at that $1 million.
Good luck week 2.
That's a good way to end it off.
We will most likely not have a pod next week, and probably every other week from here on out. Probably holidays
We'll
or
be
vacations.
back for week 4 probably. So
Week 3.
Pre-show week 4, post-show week 3.
We do that every time.
I do that. Anyways, we'll
That's
be back. Most likely by the next time we're back, this guy will be a dad. He might not even be here, but you know.
Probably.
Yeah, if someone wants to join,
So if
first one to
anybody else is
text us
interested,
gets the spot. It won't be next week.
unless we don't like you, and then we'll veto that one. But,
Which we will answer their text. We'll answer the next.
yeah,
guy.
we'll just say that we'll just say that somebody else.
Oh, you barely missed out. Sorry.
No, we love all you guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Remember,
We'll
like
catch you
and
guys in a
subscribe.
couple of weeks. Yeah, remember to like.